Hello friends, welcome back. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be doing my favorite keto breakfast sandwich. This is not just a regular breakfast sandwich. No. This is the ultimate breakfast sandwich. I'm going to be having my best friend slash wonderful sister Jackie demonstrate how we're going to be making the most important part of this recipe, which is going to be the bread. Okay, so which we're going to be using coconut flour for this recipe. And I hope that you enjoy and that you can comment your variations of how you would make this recipe. What would you add inside? And you can see what I like on my breakfast sandwich. I'm going to be saving you today a lot of money in your pocket because McDonald's has nothing on us. You do not have to go out and spend money to have a very delicious breakfast that you're going to enjoy. Trust me. So let's get going. Let's shimmy our way to the kitchen. I don't know. For this recipe, you're going to be needing an egg, salt and pepper, baking powder, sour cream, coconut flour, and olive oil. We're going to start off by cracking our egg into our bowl. Then we'll be adding a pinch of salt, some black pepper, and mixing it all together. Now we're going to be adding the 2 tablespoons of coconut flour into our mix and then mixing it all together. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and this would really help our bread come out fluffy.
It's so fluffy!
And rise up. Then we'll be adding a tablespoon of olive oil into our mix and then mixing this all together. Sorry for the video quality of this part, but it's only for a little bit. So we're going to be adding a tablespoon of sour cream into our mix and making sure that we mix that all well together. And we're going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing until we have a very smooth consistency.
Yeah, smooth.
All throughout our batter. Now the fun part begins. We're going to need to have a mug of your choice. I chose this very cute one. Like me. Look, it has a rainbow. It's like a little, right here.
Where?
Right
Oh,
there.
yes, inside.
You can use any mug that you want, but I would suggest using one with a bigger circumference at the bottom so that your bread can come out with more space so you could add more stuff into it.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
But that's completely up to you. Now we'll be adding our mixture inside our mug, and after we have all the mixture inside our mug, we're going to be giving the mug a tap just to even it out and a little shake before we put it into the microwave for 90 seconds.
So, literally, you have to bring it out of it.
Oh,
Touch it, you jerk! Oh, it rose! Look at it!
Wow, look at that, friends. We place our bread down onto a plate, and look how beautiful that is. It's very warm, you can see the steam coming out, and it's fluffy.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
And now we're going to be cutting this in half, so we're going to have the 2 slices of our bread that we're going to be using for our ultimate breakfast sandwich. Look how nicely that just split in half. Now this next part is completely optional. You don't have to do it, but I personally like doing it because I feel like it makes the bread more crispy and it holds really well together with the food that we're going to put inside. But even if you do not do this step, the bread's still going to come out great and it's going to hold together, trust me. So we're going to be adding butter into our pan and we're going to let that melt because we're going to be placing our bread onto the butter and letting that toast for a couple of seconds and then making sure that we're keeping an eye on it so it doesn't burn. Our bread already crisped up from this side, so I flipped it over and I'm going to wait for the other side to toast up as well. And like I said, you just have to keep an eye on it. I let this one for a little too long, but it's okay. I saved it just in time. So now that our breads are done and they're nice and toasted from both sides, I'm going to be putting them onto the plate because we're going to be moving on to the next step of this breakfast sandwich. And for this next step, I'll be using bacon for my meat of choice. However, remember that you can use sausage or you can use ham. It's completely up to you. And you can make this breakfast sandwich to your liking however you want. We're going to be making an egg for our ultimate breakfast sandwich. And now that our egg obviously is nice and round and flipped and flopped and ready to go, we're going to now move on to melting the cheese. I'm using mozzarella cheese, but you can use cheddar, Kobe, pepper jack, whatever pleases your fancy. And once it's all melted, we can get started on plating our breakfast sandwich and putting it all together. The next part is that we're going to be using Philadelphia cream cheese. This is what I want to put onto my ultimate breakfast sandwich. But remember that you could use pesto, you could use mayonnaise, you could use spicy mayo, you could use whatever you like onto your sandwich. It's completely up to you. I'm going to be adding our egg onto our breakfast sandwich. And then I'm going to be adding on my bacon. And then lastly, I'm going to be adding on our melted cheese for this beautiful and complete masterpiece that is deliciously ready to eat. Okay, so there you have it. This is our easy keto coconut bread ultimate breakfast sandwich. I'm going to give this a try.
Go already. Is it good? Disappointed.
Wow. Let me take another bite to make sure.
So many layers. Lots of cheese. Gorgeous.
That is so
Not
delicious. There you have it. Like,
Guy, comment something nice.
for more of these delicious
We
keto
want Todd.
recipes.
We want
Besos. Bye.